Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to sunny Swagsville. So if you watched the survival episode yesterday, then you'll know what we're building, because I did mention it in there. So I've started Bertram's bakery. It's going to be like a skyscraper, like headquarters. So I actually designed this skyscraper myself. It what's it called? One Canada Square in London. It's a mix of that, but I changed up the base just because I don't know, it looked a bit plain, like the one that's like in London. So I thought I could improve it, so that's exactly what I've done. So if you do want to recreate this, then it's a 34 by 34 like square. You just put slabs of 3 by 2 windows. And then what I want to do is up here, have it curved, like by 2 floors. So that's what we're doing now. I'm just laying out the support beams. Something I'm not going to do on any more of my skyscrapers is put the windows in. Just because in TU22 or 21, I think it's TU21, right? But anyway, the newest or the upcoming update, they're thinking, or there's been quite a lot of speculation that stained glass, among many new materials, will be coming out. So, I want to wait until they come out, just so I have the option to go through all the new glass colours, and then, it saves time in case I wanted to, say for example, put black stained glass in this skyscraper. Well, if I already made it so right now and did it out of another type of glass, then I'd just have to delete it, and that would use up time, and I don't like using up time. So I think it's a good plan, but I'll have to see how well the stained glass blocks look. And on the PC, do they have stained glass panels? That's what it's called. Pane panels. So this is kind of what I want to do, the curve. I think we should do 2 though. Yeah, because down here you can't really tell. Yeah, let's add one more floor of curves. So I think we'll have to do it from here. This is kind of like experimenting what I'm doing right now. I might have to delete this. I'll have to see if it looks good. That looks online. So much. I've changed some stuff up for this episode. I've not limited myself to a list of things to talk about. Usually I just have a little kind of piece of paper with some ideas of what I could talk about. But most of the time I gibber on about one of the topics for a little too long. So I've got tons that I haven't talked about yet. For example, on the second episode, I was supposed to say, you know how I'm Jack Swagowins and this is Swagsville. I didn't want to be labelled as some hipster. He's always saying swag and all that, because in reality I don't really say swag. I don't believe in the swag life. So I was supposed to say I'm not like a hipster, I'm not some swag fag. But I never got onto it. And then I'm sure yesterday there was something I was supposed to talk about for the majority of the episode. This is talking about the last Swagsville, by the way. But I didn't get on about that because I was too busy talking about venison, which is totally random. I'm just gonna fill in this little second layer. Hopefully you can see what I mean by it curving back. Also, normally I drink water just to keep my voice fresh. I've changed it up for black currant just because it tastes nice. I mean, water's just too plain. So as I'm ill, so my voice may be a bit croaky, I'm gonna play it safe and I'm gonna take some now. See, another thing, if you watch the that hilarious survival episode, then whenever I went for a drink, I'd bang it on the side, which is like typical. Whereas, oh, let me just see how long this is. So, if I did that, I want to keep the panel or the windows being free across. If this fits, then God is oh, wow, God is alive. He probably lives in like Birmingham or something. We've just established that because he just granted us a miracle because it managed to like fit. Either God's alive and he's granted us that miracle, or we're just mathematical geniuses without knowing it. Yeah, that looks right. So, this should be here. Sorry, I'm just working this out. I don't want to start gibbering on without and then like get this wrong. So yeah, let me just fill this in. It's a window, or what would they be called? Like these big line things. Every 3 blocks. That's why I was quite excited when that managed to fit. So yeah, what was I saying? Something about God and Birmingham. I can't remember what I was talking about before that. Okay, I've totally forgot, which is like typical me. I start talking about something, get distracted, and then never finish at that point. So that's something I need to change. I could talk about the design a bit more. So the base I decided was going to be 5 floors. This kind of curve I decided was going to be 3 floors, but I've kind of made it 2 floors. And then this bit that's going to go up and have the pyramid on top is going to be 20 floors. But looking at how thin it is, I don't know, I might have to edit that a bit. I'm going to also get the swiftness just because I am almost done with this build and we could finish this skyscraper in this one episode. So I'm just going to build this up dead tall. Let's say it stops here. I'm just going to have a look at it from a distance, imagine, with my imagination, it finished. See how tall it would be. Looking at how thin this is, it's a bit too thin, to be honest. So it might have to be kind of like the first mid kind of height skyscraper. I always like to build skyscrapers bigger, so which is kind of bad. Like that was my first one, the biggest, and then you can see actually it's got kind of rivaled now with the Kingdom Tower behind it. I think the antennae of the Kingdom, or antennas, I don't know which is the English way to say it, which is the American. I think the antennas make it taller slightly because they go to the max height. But in terms of the actual roof, that one's definitely bigger. And then that the Taipei, when I can talk, the Taipei Tower is still my favourite building though, out of them all, just because it looks like the real version. So I definitely recommend make or designing your own skyscrapers. It's surprising how you just kind of come up with the ideas. I was looking at the what was it, Canada Square one building in London. I mean, it's a nice building and all. Obviously, yeah, I had to like it enough to then go and basically copy it onto Swagsville, just change it up a bit, put my improvements on. But it's kind of easy, I want to say, to get the imagination to start designing, like, you know, your own skyscraper. Like, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was just looking at skyscrapers, noticed the Canada Square, and then just kind of went for it. I mean, obviously it's going to be a lot harder in real life because you've got the cost of materials, you've got the, you know, all the different factors you have to put in. I have to admit, I like this road system. One thing in Swagsville is we do not like boring road systems. I mean, that's all blocky and kind of like a grid. But over here, and definitely if we do like a suburbs area, it's gonna have some funky road designs for sure. Um, Actually, I may as well quickly discuss that. Will it load? Can you see that roundabout in the kind of like top left section? I think for some reason that part of the map's not loading on. But I was thinking of adding I'll fly over actually. I was thinking of doing the Petronas Towers. Hopefully I'm saying that correct. I think it's Petronas. I mean, that's how people kind of say it. So I was thinking of doing both of them here, or doing one here and one here, because then obviously you can upscale it a bit, and then having some type of skyscraper in the middle of that. What do you think sounds better? As you know, I kind of want the community to get involved in Swagsville a bit more. So make sure you leave a comment if you have an opinion on that. It's the type of thing I can't really decide, because either way I want the Petronas Towers over there, just because I think it would be quite nice as a landmark. You know, the sky bridge. I ran out of swiftness. Ah, oh, jeez. It's weird how ever since starting YouTube, I've pretty much always been ill. I think it was the second episode of Swagsville was the first kind of episode where I was ill, and that must have been around the 20th of January, probably the 25th. And ever since then, I've pretty much had either a cold or a cough or some type of like throat infection. I mean, I don't have one now, luckily. What's it called? Tonsillitis. That's what I think I did have. But luckily, I kind of like, I don't know, my body fixed itself. So I didn't have it for too long. Or repaired, not really fixed. But right now I've got that horrible kind of like cold situation where you wake up and your throat's blocked and all of that, and you feel like a right mess. So if you guys haven't seen the kind of the square building, basically it's kind of like your stereotypical like skyscraper in a dead square, kind of equal blocked buildings. You know, the kind of type that you can like imagine. You know, like the really plain ones that like no skyscrapers actually look like. Kind of like a big council house or council flat building. It looks a bit like that, but it's got a big pyramid on the top. So I thought we'd extend the base a bit and then have that curve, and then pretty much the rest of this is gonna be like the true one, where it's, you know, just dead flat, goes up, and then has the pyramid on top. So that's kind of what I'm like aiming for. I don't know how many floors this is gonna be. And also, I don't know how big the pyramid's gonna be. I kind of want it so you can see it from the floor, but not too big, so when you're flying around in the skyline, it's like not massively kind of like, what's the word I'm searching for? You know, like it doesn't look, so it looks natural, I kind of want to say. So that looks alright in terms of height. I'll just add the these kind of like floor bits. I was considering putting the interior in here. If you guys didn't know about what was it, Bertram's Bakery Ltd, if you didn't manage to watch the survival episode, then basically I had a challenge off my dad to try and survive for a whole hour on hardcore survival. Now, I'm a complete noob to survival at all. Like, I've not played it on easy or anything. So that was my first time. And I set out obviously the main objective was to survive. But then as a kind of like, something like a challenge, I guess, was to try and open a bakery at the same time, because we managed to find this big village. So I was like pillaging all their crops and stuff. It was definitely more fun to film. I mean, just because the random situations that happen on survival, and also I kind of had that YouTuber's luck where like funny stuff happened. For example, there was a zombie under or in a cave, and there was a sheep on top. So when I went close to it, the zombie like groaned. But I like presumed it was the sheep, and then the sheep started chasing me. So I was kind of like freaking out, thinking there was some like type of zombie sheep. And then we also had, like, I woke up all of a sudden and there was a bunch of zombies in this well. So I had to quickly dig up this dude's floorboards. I mean, he totally let me borrow them. So I could craft a sword. Originally I crafted a spade by accident. But yeah, so I crafted a sword and went out and managed to fight off the zombies. I'm gonna take a guesstimate that it's gonna be about about 18 floors. I think that would be a alright height. I think the bakery kind of, even though it's called Bertram's Bakery, like the headquarters of it, I don't want to, because I want the interior to be done, just because I've not done an interior for quite a while. And I have to admit, interior like buildings, they do make your, when you fly past, say for example, most of these buildings, they don't have interiors. I fly past them, I know there's nothing special in them. But these two, I know that on the base of inside here, I've got all these like office computers, and the shopping mall is like the best example. In there I've got some apartments, the tank museum. When I fly past them, I know they've got stuff in the inside, which kind of makes me, or encourages me to enjoy them a bit more. Like, say for example, that tower, if I did have the interior, like the diner at the top, then I would probably enjoy it a lot more than I currently do. I mean, my opinion's still split on it. It doesn't really look like the Seattle Space Needle, and that's what I like really wanted it to look like. It's a bit bigger, and also the measurements aren't correct. Like, those things should really be in there, or up to that, and then that bit should be really tiny. I'm just gonna have another sip of drink. So as it looks inaccurate, and I kind of like to copy buildings, or add my own little designs onto them. I don't really like it, but then also looking at it from a distance and looking at the amount of time I put into it and the idea of it, so you go over the bridge and then there's this big tower, kind of encourages me to keep it. And also I did add the interior to the bottom. I don't think I showed that, so I'll quickly go show that. I mean, it's nothing special, it's like literally just an elevator shaft. I can't even remember if there was like a register. So the idea was you park your car, you go through here, and this would be like a restaurant for the hotels, then hotels would be down there. So you cross this kind of like red carpet bridge. There's actually two waterways, and then these like elevator, or not elevator doors, sorry, these like glass doors with the handles on. I really like that idea. And then you go in, you call your elevator if it's not here, and then it takes you up. Wait, there was something flying in there, wasn't there? Oh, sorry, there are buttons on the side. I thought they were like flying blocks or something. So, I don't know, please leave a comment with your opinion on that. Also, make sure you check out that survival episode, simply because, I mean, it's an hour of, I want to say continuous, like, funny moments, but I understand certain points weren't, like, they didn't have, like, a joke or something to laugh about, especially towards the end. But the start was quite, action-packed with memorable moments. So I would definitely appreciate it if you took had a quick look at it. I know it's an hour long, well, actually like an hour and 2 minutes long. However, I don't think you would be, god damn, I always freaking forget words. I think you wouldn't feel as if you'd waste your time watching. I mean, I know there's certain like streams that I watch on like Twitch, for example, and after it I feel like I've not really gained anything. You know, there wasn't really that many good moments, or I expected a bit more. Whereas that video, I've watched it twice, just because I liked it that much. So that's definitely the first time actually that I've watched my videos like multiple times. Because to be honest, especially these like Swagsville episodes, I feel as if at the start I'm dead enthusiastic because it'll be my first time recording in quite a while, and then at the end I'm kind of more croaky. I'm a bit, you know, I've been recording for 20 minutes now. Has the commentary been good enough? Has the progression been good enough? Are people gonna like this video? And so I'm asking myself that. Whereas that survival idea, it was kind of like, if you watched it towards like to the end, then hopefully I kept you interested enough to get you to the end. And I definitely felt that I did, so that made me a bit confident. Anyway, I think the screenshot of this video is going to actually be the one Canada Square, because what I want to do is actually, how about this? I'll put the I'll finish this. Next episode we'll do the little pyramid at the top, have a fiddle with that, and then I will take a screenshot, and it'll be for both episodes. So sorry if the two next Swagsville episodes have the same screenshot. And I'll probably call this, I don't want to call it building Bertram's Bakery Ltd's like headquarters, because then it's like an insider joke for the people who've watched the survival like episode. So I might just call it building a skyscraper, and then the people who have watched the survival episode will know that it's like, will understand the inside joke. And the people who just found me by typing in, you know, Xbox City or something, Xbox City Let's Build, then it will also make sense to them. Anyway, I think that's been plenty of time for this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, all of that jazz, and I will see you, hopefully, next time.